I think you just can't bear to let a gorgeous guy like me out of your sight.
I don't know where you get your delusions, laser brain.
Greetings and hello there, everyone. It's me, your ever-loving Star Wars Dad Nooch Too Good, here today to talk about our predictions, hopes and dreams, possibilities, anything that might be required for Galactic Legend Leia Organa. I'm not going to be unlocking her right away, obviously. You guys know I'm not here as the Whaley Whale guy. We'll leave that to the Zaris and Arnolds and Glurbits of the world. But, you know, I'm excited about this. I've been saying for years that Princess Leia has been done dirty by the game. When these rumors came out, I was very excited. You know, maybe she makes the other Leias viable. I know that there are already some Sana Staros teams out there doing that, but I'm just very excited to see Princess Leia get her due. She was my first love ever. I look back fondly at those days from 1977 carrying the bubblegum card around in my pocket. It's still right over there. I've got 2 copies of it. Yeah, it's my fave. Anyway, so Galactic Legend Princess Leia is coming out. We already know a few of the requirements. We'll talk about a few things here. Captain Rex at Relic 7, Princess Nisa Relic 7, Wicket 3, Lando Relic 5, Admiral Akbar Relic 3. The only overlap there being Lando with the Jedi Knight Luke farm. So only one overlap so far required. And, you know, I'm not going to put up pictures of you guys, and we're going to talk about possibilities and everything here. But I think that, you know, we know these guys are required. We also kind of have an idea that this was kind of weird. I thought this was odd on a number of faces, but, what's this dude's name? Captain Drogan, or Drogan, Rebel Captain, because he's inclusive and he doesn't have limbs. That's all very. The whole thing is very odd to me. Like, they're announcing it. Is he part of the requirements? I mean, are we thinking he's part of the requirements? Are we thinking he's not? Do we know? Is he just some random marquee in the middle of a Galactic Legend farm? If he's gonna be part of the GLA squad, I'm just gonna assume he's part of the farm too. But I don't know. I don't know these things, so that's another thing to keep in mind here. I'm just gonna assume that he is going to be part of it, but we'll bring in some extra predictions in case he's not. Now, another thing to keep in mind is journeys. They're going to have to be, there's always 1 or 2 journey characters that are involved. And, you know, we saw Jedi Knight Luke with Jabba, and Jedi Knight Luke requires like 3 or 4 other journeys as well. Man, they're not going to repeat Jedi Knight Luke again. He was already there with Jedi Master Luke. And, I mean, I'm thinking of things like Afra and Inquisitors and Star Killer, maybe Profundity. We'll talk a little bit more about that, but let's get into this, boys and girls. What are the requirements from Galactic Legend Leia gonna be? We're gonna start off with the possible requirements for Galactic Legend Leia, and I've got the 3 Leias up there: Boushh Leia, Princess Leia, Rebel Officer Leia Organa, your favorite Rolo. Those are the some of the possibilities for the Galactic Legend Leia Organa. I think they'll probably pick one of those. You know, I'm not sure exactly one. I've got an idea, but we'll get to that later. Those are 3. Then we got the besties. We've got Stormtrooper Han, Farm Boy Luke, R2, Chupio, and Captain Han Solo, or Cholo, as he may become called. Now, Stormtrooper Han and Farm Boy Luke are not required at any farms right now other than CLS, so I think those are pretty solid locks for this. The other 3, they may pick one of those 3. They're all included in other journeys. Jedi Master Luke, I'm thinking for all 3 of them, actually. Yeah, Jedi Master Luke for all 3 of those guys. It's tough for me to envision them also putting all 3 of them in here. Maybe they pick one of them and just go higher relic levels. Cholo seems to stick out more to me than anybody else. But yeah, I mean, it's not out of the bounds that they bring out an already required character for this one. Hey, let's look at the Hoth folks. Hoth Rebel Scout, Hoth Rebel Soldier, Probe Droid, Snowtrooper. You know, I don't think anybody's talking about Probe Droid and Snowtrooper very much, but I think one of those may be a lock, and I've got a pretty good idea who I think it might be, but I don't think they would do. I can't keep Scout and Soldier separate. I think Scout is the one on the left. I think he's the black one. I think he's black, right? Isn't he? But he is already in the Mon Mothma team, giving turn meter up to everybody. So I think that probably Soldier, if they're going to do it, they put Soldier in there, because nobody's really got him relicked at all. So there's your Hoth contingent. Some more possibilities. Let's see here. We got some more Empire. We've got the Stormtrooper, Tarkin, boy, Leia and Tarkin had a lot of overlap there in that in the first movie. The Grand Inquisitor, yeah, they're not going to require Reva. They're just not. That's not how this stuff goes. If they do require Reva, get ready for some banging of the drums. It's going to get ugly around here. They're not going to require Reva, but they could go with the Grand Inquisitor route. You know, they just moved the Grand Inquisitors over to. They are now in the farming guide. You can farm them whenever you want. They're no longer on a cyclical basis. And so Grand Inquisitor, it kind of makes sense that they might time that out for a Galactic Legend where you're going to get it. I don't know, we'll see. And as I mentioned, they're going to have some kind of recent or difficult journey in here to do. Hey, some more rebels here. Ezra, Kanan, Lobot. Ezra and Kanan have a really strong scene with Leia in Rebels. I just looked up yesterday. I didn't even know it existed, honestly. I'm not a huge Rebels fan. I've definitely seen some of the scenes from the show, but I know that they've got a big scene there, especially Ezra has a great scene with Princess Leia. And then Lobot, they've already got him in the road territory battles. You've already seen Lando. I would not put Lobot out of the realm of possibility at all. Let's move to some more. Hey, speaking of Lobot, how about that Ugnaught? Why not? Why wouldn't they throw a Relic 3 Ugnaught in there? I mean, if Mob Enforcer can be a requirement at Relic 3, why can't Ugnaught? With a brand new skin, they'll reskin Ugnaught, make him look, I don't know how you reskin Ugnaught, make it look a little more fancy, but why not Ugnaught? And then I think I put Chirpa in there kind of as a sub for maybe another Ewok. I'm not sure who it'll be. I think probably there'll be another Ewok in there, though. And the final four, Saw Gerrera is a possibility. Then we got Afra, of course. I mentioned there's going to be a journey in here, and I think that Afra and the Inquisitors are the most likely. I think that Zareth had mentioned that Afra was in a comic book with Princess Leia, where Princess Leia punched her out, of course, because Princess Leia is better. And the Inquisitors, of course, because they kidnapped Princess Leia. And then, hey, I would not put it out of the realm of possibility that the Resistance pops in here. This is not Galactic Legend Endor Leia or Rebel Leia, although I think she's a rebel, right? But it is Galactic Legend Leia Organa. Why wouldn't you throw in like a Holdo or a Resistance Hero Poe in there, like a Relic 7 or something like that? I don't know. We'll see. Let's talk about our hopes and dreams. Who are some of the stuff that we hope and dream might be in there? By the way, let's go back to possibles for a second. I didn't put the profundity in here. There's probably going to be a ship, and I wonder if for the first time maybe they say, you know what, we're going to combine the journey thing with the ship thing, and you need the profundity. I would not put that past them at all. I didn't really think about it until I was looking at this today, so I didn't put it in the graphics. That's my fault, but I would not put profundity out of the realm of possibility for this Galactic Legend Leia Organa farm, which means you'd need Radis and everything else too. So, hey, our hopes and dreams. Who are we hoping and dreaming for? Probably not going to see. Very first one, there's your boy. There's your boy, Red 5. It's not going to happen. There's not going to be Red 5 in this. I see Red 5 as part of a future Death Star raid. They're clearly coming out with new raids all the time. Well, not all the time. It seems like maybe every time they release a Galactic Legend now, they didn't have the Krayt Dragon ready for Jabba, but Jabba is a primary performer in there. Now Galactic Legend Leia is going to be a primary performer in the Speeder Bike raid, which I'm looking forward to seeing that. I really want to see that. That's exciting. Just a whole new kind of game mode. That'll be cool. So I don't think Red 5's coming, but man, if you want me to dream a little bit, there's the guy that I want. That's the guy I want. I want the character and the ship, both of them. How about Bail Organa? I mean, it's hard for me to say Bail Organa's not going to be part of this. I can just see him, Bail Organa marquee dropping, and then 2 weeks later you got to have him. I mean, where's Bail Organa in this game? He's not unprominently featured in the movies and also the TV show. I mean, he's an important character. He's adopted dad. He's Darth Vader light. I don't know. Where's Bail Organa? And then finally, how about Fire Pit Spit Han? Fire Spit Han? And Endor Luke, or perhaps or tied up Luke, also Fire Spit Luke. What about Flying Chair 3PO, Float PO? Where's Float PO? What about these guys? I don't think we're going to see either one of them. I really want to see Endor Han, Endor Luke. I'm just joking about Float PO, but that would be kind of fun, right? Yeah. So what about these guys? If we get lucky, we get one of them. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, here's my prediction. So we looked at the possibilities. Of course, I'm not covering every possibility. I'm putting in the ones I think that are most possible. We looked at our hopes and dreams. We talked about the journeys, the possible journeys. I think it's one of those three. I think it's going to be Inquisitors or Afro, Profundity, or maybe more. Now that I'm talking through this, man, I could totally see Profundity being. They're going to put a ship. We've mentioned Kyle Katarn's ship, which doesn't really fit at all. I Googled it. I don't find anything with Kyle Katarn and Princess Leia together at all. At least when you Google Dash Rendar and Jabba, you do find a little bit there where he was going to run one contract for the guy. I can't see them do the Millennium Falcon again. It's just so low-hanging fruit. Everybody has it. What happens if it's a Profundity, guys? Is everybody gonna freak out? Everybody's gonna freak out. I didn't mention that. Everyone's gonna freak out when the requirements are announced, no matter what. There's gonna be Relic 9s there. This is too much. It's too much. It always goes up. It never goes. It always goes. The price tag always goes up. My first round of predictions here is Princess Leia and the besties. I just, Princess Leia is required for the Jedi Master Luke farm, and I think it's Relic 3. They're going to pop her in there like a Relic 7, Relic 8, Relic 9. She's just going to be required. I think the same for Farm Boy Luke. I think these are the two, Farm Boy Luke, Princess Leia, that are going to be your Relic 8, Relic 9 requirements. Brother, sister, I just think that's the way it goes. Stormtrooper Han is not required for anything above CLS. They're going to throw him in there. He's going to be like a Relic 7 probably. I think these two are just locks, just absolute locks. You could sub in maybe Rolo instead, or I don't think Bouche Leia is going to be in there, but Rolo might be in there. I guess it could be Bouche Leia because she's in Return of the Jedi. I just see Princess Leia at Relic 8 or 9 just being the one. And I think maybe she's going to work really well on that team. It would make a lot of sense. Next set of predictions, Hoth, Rebel Soldier, and Probe Droid. I think everybody's missed the boat on Probe Droid. He's the only get to character or guild event token character that's not required for anything. I think it's almost a lock that Probe Droid's in there. I'll put my neck out on that one. I could be completely wrong. You guys can come back in another month and a half and tell me I was wrong, but I think Probe Droid's in there. Hoth Rebel Soldier has a really good shot, and I think there's going to be another Ewok. It could be Chirpa, could be Logra. I don't know who it'll be. They'll throw another Ewok in there, like Relic 5, Relic 7, something like that. But man, I'm really dialed in on Probe Droid. I think a lot of people have not farmed him in the middle parts of the game. Us early to late gamers, we're not from Probe Droid. It's not a good character. It's not useful. We don't have it at 7 stars. I think they're going to throw it in there, and you got to go get it with your get to currency for sure. Hey, my next 3 predictions. I think Lobot. I just maybe this is wishful thinking because I have Lobot at Relic 5 for my Rise of the Empire territory battles, but maybe it's for some foreshadowing by putting him in the territory battles. I just think that he, along with Hoth Rebel Soldier, there always a useless character or two in there. Maybe you sub an Ugnaught for Lobot, but they've got Lando. Maybe Lobot comes in there and he partners up. Maybe he fits well on the Galactic Legend Leia Organa. I don't know. I'm throwing Lobot out there. Afra, there's the comic book, and they've really been dialed in on Afra's comic book. They're really trying to find a way to get people really like Afra. She's really popular in the game. Like, I see a lot of early and mid gamers farming her, and I think that Afra may be in there. Again, this journey, you could see. I'm really talking myself into Profundity. Maybe it's Profundity there instead of Afra. And I would not be shocked at all to see that. Ezra. Hey, like I said, there's a really effective scene in there with Ezra, so that makes sense. Now, when we look at 15, generally use 15 requirements for Galactic Legend. We've already got 5, so that leaves us with 10 slots. If we look at Drogon being 1, that would be, we're only left with 9 slots. So we got our 9 filled here. These are my 9 predictions. If Drogon is a requirement, this is what I'm predicting for my 9. Maybe sub in Profundity for Afra now that I've started looking at it and talking myself into it. But let's get one more. If Drogon's not there, can we get old Senator Bail Organa? I would love to see him in the game. I think a lot of people would love to see Bail Organa in the game. Maybe he's like even a Mon Mothma type character leading. I don't even know if he'd be a rebel. He'd be like a Galactic Republic. Maybe he's a Galactic Republic Mon Mothma type leader where he's just directing traffic. And it sounds like maybe even Galactic Legend Leia Organa might have a aspect of that as well. They talk about her organizing the battlefield and stuff like that. So hey, give us Bail Organa if we don't get Drogon. I'm not excited about Drogon. If you're gonna give us fictional characters, give us Sith Jar Jar for God's sake. Come on, man. Come on, be inclusive of the Sith Gungans. Let's go. All right, there we go. There's my predictions. You got it right there. Am I saying these are going to be right? Nah, they're going to be wrong. You can't get these predictions right. But it's fun to talk about. It's fun to watch everybody else do it. I got to get my piece in there. Let me know in the comments where I'm off, where I'm missing the boat. if I had to pick 4 of these that I'm really dialed in on, it's that top 3 and probe droid. I think that Leia, Luke, Stormtrooper Han, and probe droid are going to be in these requirements. Above that, the other ones are just kind of spitballing, and we'll see what's out there. Have a great day, everybody. We'll talk to you soon. Always remember, Nooch too good.